Hello everyone, this is Scramble from Emotions Crypto Trading. Today we're going to discuss about Bitcoin's technical analysis, have a few thoughts around the market and share with you some patterns that you could use in your technical analysis. Right, so as you may know, I'm just going to share with you a quick disclaimer. We're not doing any sort of predictions here and no investment advices, right? So the market cap 270 billion for the entire space with a 24 hours volume sitting around $13.6 billion, which is nothing special like it used to be when we have pumped in the last 36 hours. We did had some nice upswing, breaking up the market considering some great news that were put out, and the market reacted. Now that's another thing, and that's another proof that the current market is still reacting very heavily on some specific news, which is of course a pattern and a fact of a non-mature market reacting on 15 to 20% for the alts. For some of the alts, which were going 20% based on this news, is kind of ridiculous high, but that's the way it is at the moment. Fluctuations are very high and the volatility of the alts are extremely deep, right? So taking a look at the technical side is something what we're going to do today. 3-hour candlestick right here on this chart. We're going to have another one with with a day candlestick, right? So Bitcoin against US dollar, this is what we're considering. The current price point, $6,737, is represented right here. But what we have is around the 6,700, 6,800 area. We have large selling pressure. Now it has been proved by numerous confirmations of this resistance, which are represented within these rectangles right here. We did have so many confirmations because the blue line we're talking about is the resistance pressure which is applied on the market when it's touching those prices. Whenever we have touched that price, we're coming down quite aggressively. This is the first case scenario. Here's another one where actually from where it has been triggered, and it also contributed quite a lot for the left shoulder, which is going to be a pattern we're going to discuss very soon. And here's another one, another slight selling pressure which has been applied once we have touched our powerful should I say $6,800 area, right? So that being said, the resistance confirmed at least 10 times, which means that we did try at least 10 times to break out of that area and we were not able. You can see these long shadows. There's one right here, another one right here, another one right here. Those are 3 shadows, another one right here, another 2 guys right there, another one over here, and some little and small, but of course during this process you do have some little ones over here as well. Those are potential breakouts which did not happen, and they were not confirmed due to very high selling pressure which happened at that time, right? So that's kind of clear, and that's what we're right now. That's why we have faced resistance at this time. We're not able to break out parabolically now. But now what happens? What we have here is a reversed pattern in the bottom of this price point, right? So that reverse is the reversed head and shoulder pattern which appears right here, left shoulder, which is this one. Of course it's not like the traditional pattern, it's slightly hybrid, but this is the head right there and this is the right shoulder by the way it looks. It currently represents a reversed head and shoulder pattern with a potential breakout and explosion into this area. As that's what we have if we put this into mirror at the current stage, right? So are we going to have, actually while we're doing this video, we have a long swing right here, as you can see, the latest one, which is trying to force it once again. So over the next few hours it's going to be pretty important to see how the price movement is going to be around this area, 6,800, right? So getting back to our bubble right here, this kind of yellow one, if the explosion is happening above 6,800 resistance, then we're going to have high probabilities of touching $7,600 area, right? So we do have a resistance here, of course, and then this is going to be a completed head and shoulder pattern. For now, the bottom is clear and the starting point as well. The end of the pattern is not appearing yet. It could appear, or not. Nobody's going to say that all the details we have as of right now are going to prove that we're going there. The probabilities of facing a bull trap at this stage are pretty high, because this is what we're trying to lay here. Is this a bull trap, or it is a reversed head and shoulder pattern? That's what we're trying to see. In order to find it out, we need to see what's happening at $6,800 area. That's the point where we're going to see a breakout or not. If it's not, it was a simple bull trap at this range. If we do break out, then it's a reverse head and shoulder pattern. And of course, for scalpers, swing trading, day traders, a good entry would appear right above 6,800 area as soon as you are ready to sell if the market is not going to continue towards, and the right wing of the pattern is going to be a non-confirmed one, right? So a failed one. Therefore, you have to sell. Remember, in trading, you might buy right now and sell in the next 5 minutes as soon as the market is not reacting you. This is what you might do in a day trade. For swing trade, of course, you might buy in different bottoms and hold for a longer period of time. Bull trap right here. The reason why we had this upswing we were discussing, which is kind of part of the right shoulder, and it's appearing very nicely even right here, where you would kind of have the ability to see another small head and shoulder pattern. The reason why we had that upswing is because there were some news coming out. Notable market growth is likely bolstered by news that the $6.3 trillion asset management heavyweight BlackRock, the world's largest provider of exchange-traded funds ETF, is beginning to assess potential involvement in Bitcoin, according to reports from Financial News. Right, so this news from Financial News came out exactly at the time when they needed to be put out in order to get some pump and get close to the 6,800 area, but also leave the possibility for the traders of considering it as a bull trap, right? So it's kind of in the middle right now. If the news would have came out right now at 6,700 and we would have had this spike, then of course everyone would have jumped on buying into the space, because we would have expected resistance at 7,600, which would be a notable increase, about 10% for Bitcoin, right? So that would be different. News came way earlier, like 36 hours earlier. Therefore, for now, things have slowed down and it's not like that fresh any longer. So you can see that the energy and the volume is not that existent anymore. Looking at here at the bottom, when the news were coming out, this was the spike in the volume of the buying pressure for the Bitcoin, right? So as I said at the beginning, currently, by the way the market reacts, a lot of the times based on news, we do have so many possibilities of bull traps, even bear traps. Of course. That's why you have to wait for the confirmation. That's why as of right now, we're not able to say if we have high probability of a spiking or not, because the 6,800 area is not broken, right? So very clear. When that's going to be broken and you will have price movement above the line, plus you get confirmed, so they're going to fall back, you're going to confirm above it, and you're going to get support above it, and the selling pressure that's appearing above it is not going to be way more powerful than the buying pressure. These details will just add up and add up and add up and will contribute to the pattern to be completed, right? So that's kind of the way it looks like as of right now. The only thing we can do is just have a look at the market very closely over the next few hours and see what is all about the 6,700, 6,800 area. Going towards to the one-day candlestick, what we're representing here is potential resistance once again. But what I do want to share with you, that's actually the point we have discussed on the chart. What I want to share with you is the rectangle we have set up above this line and the other rectangle that we have below this line, right? So we do have another rectangle right here. Oops. Which is of course a lot smaller because there's not that much price movement and volatility. But what does it mean is so far the line is keeping us to have activity below this price point, clearly showing, and it's not supporting us. The big question is, if you want to see movements that could prove some sort of a support, then you would have to see a market breaking above this line and offering you way more credibility than it does as of right now, where it's considered as a bearish position. So 6,700, 6,800 is considered as a very bearish position as of right now. If you wanted to have as a support, you need to break above it, and then when you touch it again, to react as supporting you, right? So in order to establish a trending line that would look like this, we might have the market going just like that, and this is basically exactly what it's kind of presented in the other screenshot with this high right here, this high right here on the left side. Right, this is definitely possible as soon as we get 6,800 supporting us and we got to break above it. That's definitely possible. Here you're going to face another round of very high resistance that you have to be aware of. 7,500, 7,600 area. That's right there where you're going to get a lot of panic sell-off. And of course traders which know what they're doing, they might sell way quicker. That's the current stage of the market. But like I said, 6,700, be careful. That's what we have as the first roadblock right now. We have to break above that and then consider movement till $7,600. Right, so that's pretty much the way it looks like. If we do see all these patterns on the bottom of the screen, where we do have the long-term support on the one-day candlestick, which is starting from here, it's consolidating right there. We do see that at the current price movement, the structure that's keeping us is kind of sitting around 2,500 area for the BTC price, which is again a potential price that we cannot exclude for the future, for the upcoming months, as soon as there is nothing that would just come out as a bunch of great news for the space and that spikes the entire crypto space just like this, right? Which would be very, very difficult, and the chances of hitting that are extremely small, right? So that's pretty much all about today's video presentation. Hopefully this one is helping you even with some knowledge around the technical analysis, or at least it's giving you some thoughts around the market that you should consider for your upcoming trading. It's my pleasure to create this type of videos, and I love to share with you as much as I can during this free YouTube videos I'm putting out. Feel free to engage in a conversation in the comments area, share your opinion, your feedback, whatever you're thinking about the market in the comments right there. Let's just build up a nice community where we would nicely communicate and engage in different conversations. Feel free to hit that like button, share this video to your friends. I would love to reach up to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's my first goal, and then getting towards to 100,000 subscribers, and so on until we hit the first 1,000,000 subscribers, specifically from technical analysis, ICO stuff, and cryptocurrency. This is all about this channel. Feel free to subscribe. Touch that button next to the subscribe button. Once you push it, you'll have a bell, and if you click that, you're not going to miss any of my videos because you get a notification from Google when I'm posting, and from YouTube, of course. Right, so if you are clicked on that bell. Thank you so much once again for watching, and talk to you next time.